I take out the papers again and say from these are all the accusations there are. If you want more proof, go to the town itself.
He just steps out of line because he's not keeping him, and he smiles at Rosen. Please continue without me. I will be there shortly. Shortly. And he just reads the papers for it. Quickly says, "Ah, I see." And then I must ask you. Then I must reiterate my question. Ask you for your name, dear lady. I cannot call you dear lady all of the time now, can I?
No, you cannot. My name is Sayala Dainat.
Ah, I see. I'm not quite familiar with your family at first glance.
You shouldn't. I took my mother's name, not my father's.
I see. Now, so, and your mother, she was a noble?
No, she was a gladiator.
I see. Okay. Now, he looks at Terran-san. Can you tell me if your mission was successful? And to which the young man says, "Yes, sir. Good. Now, what was his? I've forgotten his name. You must then. I instruct you to report to Trigoi-sama for disciplinary action. If you insist, yes, I do." Very well, then he says, "I will report there immediately." Disciplinary action, yes, indeed.
A timeout.
Yes, Master Turn.
Go stand in the corner for 10 minutes and think about what you did. Oh, I shall.
Oh, I shall. Now, yes, Terran looks you up and down and says, "Would you be so kind as to... it says here that you defeated Nemeri-san. Is that true?"
Yes, it is.
In single combat?
Yes. No, actually not.
Then are you perhaps blessed by the dragons?
You could say that.
Well, in that case, let me welcome you to the Chiaroscuro with a feast. We have one prepared, and I would be honored if you would join us there.
And why is that?
Because the Empire has just scored a glorious victory against the fiendish Fae, driving them back to the hellish dimension where they came from.
I see. Good for you, I suppose.
Indeed. Justice has been served. And since you have just served justice, I thought it would be good for us to sample some servings and perhaps toast to justice. You want to roll empathy again?
Nah. Average.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it sounds like it is actually a genuine offer.
Oh well, I am hungry. But...
Okay, cool. And then I'll leave that for a moment because leave you there for a moment because we're now going to head to Richard, the one who has also a new character. How long ago did your character arrive in Chiaroscuro?
She would have arrived just as Naid left the group.
Something right? Okay. Well, did you come by cloud or by boat?
Cloud.
Cloud, of course.
Okay.
Boats are way too slow for a stargazer.
Flying on a cloud, eh?
Yes, indeed. So you would have been standing and concentrating for about 3 days straight. You could use a break. and some entertainment.
And
a massage.
Probably.
Probably. And as luck would have it, as you fly into the city, oh, I completely forgot to describe the city. Let's see.
The only thing we've got.
From the yeah, I know I'm horrible.
No, carry on. I was just muttering to myself.
The city, because I've done this before and everybody knows it except you, gentle listener. So, Chiaroscuro looks like, from distance, it looks like a giant crab. Its mighty scissors protect a natural harbor against the worst of the elements. Blue glass water breakers prevent any storm from harming the ships within. Let's see. The body of the crab is actually a mass of broken towers. Most of them are all of them are different sizes, pointing out to a time when the towers were even higher than they are today. Some of them some of them actually look kind of intact, but most of them are just broken ruins of a bygone era of plenty. Around that is a huge camp of tents, which changes by the day in composition and size. The crab actually looks like he has been crowned. He has a golden crown. There is a mile wide square of pure gold. Ah yes, and the towers are all made out of glass.
Nice.
They look like single pieces of glass, blown by a monstrously huge glassmith. Well, as you fly in, you look around for a place to go.
No, I wouldn't need to look around for a place to go. I saw it in the stars.
Well, where did your stars command you to go?
There's a big party going on. Dragon-bloodeds are invited.
Exactly. And since you've just arrived in town, you, by rights, you have the... by rights, all the dragon-blooded must throw a party in your honor. It's a welcome to the city party.
Yes.
Where's my party?
You're not a dynasty. Rules a little bit iffy.
Gailen foresees a party after you die.
I've told you, Mikri's never going to die.
Then there will be no party until she. And then will be no party ever.
Damn.
Harsh, isn't it? Anyway, yes, you head on to the. You head to the tower, where you see a rather short procession of people dressed for a banquet, entering the tower that has been foretold. Well, you land.
I'm gonna land. Going to mess with my cape a little bit, and make sure that my cloak's in place. My clothes are all nice and neat, and then I'm going to just saunter up to the building and walk right in.
Right, of course, the guards do stop you and say, "Halt! In the name of the Empire, what is your business here?" Yes.
I look up at them and I say, "I've just arrived in town. I believe this party is for me."
They stare at you and go, "Well, that could be true. What is your name, my lady?"
Oh, I am so sorry. I keep forgetting you people don't know names here. My name is Gailen Jonaset.
Do you use your family name as well?
Yes.
Good.
Ladal.
Okay, I'll leave him. Luckily, the players do not know what a Ladal is. So let's just keep it like that. And they go, they're amazed and say, they flounder. These mortals. Oh wait, there's the dragon, a few dragons. Yeah, they call upon the dragon blooded that is overseeing the proceedings. They talk a bit, and he comes to greet you. You talk, you chat a little, and eventually, and he greets you, and then he says, "Well, this is a welcome surprise. Please join us, Ladal-san. Please do."
Oh, why, I thank you for the generous invitation. And she mutters to herself under her breath so that almost nobody could hear, even though I knew it was coming.
Yes, indeed. And you are escorted up with not as much trouble as the previous guest, shall we say. You were offered refreshments. We offered refreshments and a clean kimono if you desire.
I don't want the kimono because I foresaw that I'd be itching the next day, so I'll wear my cloak. But the refreshments, they won't kill me right away, so I'll be good.
No,
I'll take those.
indeed. Yes, you're treated up. You're treated with jasmine scented green tea and some dim sum.
Dim sum.
Yes.
I always like the sound of that name, dim
Yes.
sum.
Considering what you've had to eat for the last few days, it's a veritable feast.
Yes, yes. And she wolfs it down without any decorum whatsoever.
Indeed. Okay, and you
I just imagine her like scarfing it down, rah, 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 and then like daintily taking like a napkin and wiping her mouth. That was
Pretty much,
delectable.
exactly.
Yes, indeed. Yes. I see common ground with Mikiri already.
Oh yes, oh yes. They're gonna be really interesting friends.
Indeed.
We'll see.
Now, let's see. That would be everybody's okay. And in that case, the Luxians are already inside. They have been announced as is proper and such.
They brought an
And you-
unreasonable amount of guests with them.
Yes, indeed. Luckily, they have been prepared for that, sort of. Anyway, they do, of course, your hosts are now improvising on the fly to make certain that all your soldiers are being, that everybody's treated well. So basically, they put up a lot more chairs, as it were.
Basically,
They're raiding-
for the people
Yes.
at home. After the battle was over with and the victory celebration was announced, my character was like, "Hey, it's no fair. Only the commanders and the dragon-blooded and all the nobles get invited. I'm gonna take all the regular soldiers with me too." So that's what happened.
Yes,
And
but not just
when-
any soldiers, but the people that were drafted, that
The
volunteered to come fight. Yes,
The rabble.
the rebel. Yes,
Basically the hoodlums.
the mob. Yes.
And when she says all of them, about 100 of them followed.
Yes.
Yep.
They were willing to try it out. The rest were too no. Anyway, yes. Right. In that case, no. Who should? Then both the Ladal and the Lost Egg are being ushered into the hall, into the great feasting hall. Both rather low on the attendance list, shall we say. And let's see. Richard's character is announced quite simply as Ladal Janis said Gailen of the House of Ladal, fresh, just arrived from the realm. And you can see that all the diners are looking at Gailen, and with uninhibited eagerness.
And she begins sizing each one of them up as she walks through. She's been reading the stars for the past 3 days, so she pretty much can tell which ones she wants to get to know and which ones she doesn't.
Mhm.
And those she doesn't, she ignores.
Well, in that case, I need to stop you. You can try to read the stars of Dragonblooded, but they don't have a destiny.
Everything has a destiny.
And not Dragonblooded.
Well, then let's see what happens.
Yeah, indeed. They are just a big unknown factor,
Okay, so
which is kind of scary in its own right. Oh, damn it. I just broke my pencil.
Gailen. Well, don't do that.
You can always use lore, by the way. No, normal lore.
Normal.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yes, just lore. The lore skill.
Great.
Let's see. And next, a few people after you is announced a certain Saela Dainaf, lost egg from the city of, I forgot his name. We never
Keep calling
named
you lost. It's kind of offensive.
Possibly. And again, this woman is looked at with interest. So it's quite a different sort. Those who are present may make an empathy roll to figure out what's going on.
All right,
Okay.
I haven't
Well, I
rolled
made my
anything yet.
lore roll, just so
I'll
you
do
know.
it.
Good.
So
Wow,
I call
that's
up my
excellent.
sheet. Here it is, empathy. Abysmal!
Oh,
Oh no! A
You are
faux
too
pas.
concentrated on your food.
No, probably more the beautiful girl.
yes, the beautiful Leikiko.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, yes.
Mediocre.
Okay, mediocre. That's
Why's my empathy so low?
you can always change things after the session if you find that things are missing or not working as intended. Everything can still be changed.
Yeah,
After
it
all,
just
this is the first
seems.
time we're using.
Yeah, it just seems weird that somebody like Mikiri has low empathy. She empathize with people usually.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the
well,
problem is she's hot-headed. She's not really empathic. She's just she empathizes with people,
I don't know.
but she can't really tell what they're feeling because she doesn't have
No.
that skill
No,
set.
just carry on. I'll have a look
Anyway,
at her old stats to see what it says.
They can be changed later on.
Yeah, sure.
Now, let's see. Okay, Mikiri is too distracted by beauty. Very simple. And you notice that, oh wait, even better. You get the distinct impression that a warrior that is your superior has just entered the room.
Unfeasible!
Yes, indeed. A challenge. And to be fair, she does look big and strong.
Okay.
What does your character look like, by the way, Dries?
Yes, she is about, for an Earth-blooded, she is around 1.80 m tall.
6 foot for Americans.
Yeah, 6 foot, yes. She has a very dark skin. Sandy white hair. So like white beaches.
Okay.
And she is dressed in, I would say, a battle outfit, which she practically never takes off.
You have been given the option to dress more comfortably.
Are you fucking stupid? That's her response.
Yes, luckily it's only immortal, so you can't say that without any repercussions whatsoever.
Yeah,
And
they'll probably will say that they're stupid or something.
Mm-hmm.
and to those who know, you can see that she is battle-hearted.
You mean battle hardened?
Hardened, yeah, how you say
Yes,
it.
she's seen battle often, and she came through.
Hmm.
She's a warrior, yes, definitely. Okay, let's see. Odin
Yes,
is sorry.
this would pique Mikri's interest.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Where was I? Yes. The stars do not tell. The stars do not tell.
Lies.
The stars only tell Galen one thing. I should really. a lost a lost egg has just been found. A lot of the people here will want to recruit her or ship her right to the realm. It depends.
Okay.
I know her response to every question. Fuck off.
No, exactly.
Get lost.
Now, yes. Now, you've done, Richard. Galen has done a research on this place, and you know that. Have you read up upon the great houses of the realm?
I haven't too much, but I know. But Galen would have.
Right. Very quickly, there are 7 great houses in Chiaroscuro. There's the House of Kafak, which you've heard from, which is a house of fire-blooded. They are warriors, through and through, through and through. They're also quite religious. The second house present, the other house is present. There's also the House of Regara, an earth-blooded house which has bankers and strategists who are trying to keep the realm together. And then there are the Caesars, another firehouse, who are also who also are warriors, but they have been so specialized upon the art of actually being a warrior that they have no skill in almost anything else. House Kafak still produces scholars and sorcerers and all manner of different folk. House Caesars only produces warriors. Then there is House Memnon, which is quite the odd one out, since it's not really a representative of the house. It's more an expedition that went to Chiaroscuro willingly. Whereas all the other dynasts here present have been sent here because they were not good enough, or they shamed the family, or did something terribly, terribly wrong. You also note that you remember that the head of House Memnon, Memnon Matris, is not the social type. Her second in command, Memnon Ava, on the other hand, is a party animal. Yes, she is wood expected, and it shows. Let's see. Then there are the Pelebs. House Pelebs control the Imperial Navy, and they are known as manipulative bastards. Their biggest saving grace is that they are devoutly loyal to the Empire. Not to their house, to their empire. Almost all the other houses, except for House Regara, are all interested only in the house's fortune. House Pelebs and House Regara actually care about the empire as a whole. Let's see. Then we have House Sinnis. House Sinnis is wood as expected. They are the hedonists. The hedonists, the entertainers, and the healers. They also like to travel a lot. It's like the saying, wherever you go, there is a Sinnis. Let's see, and the last but not least is the smallest house of great house here in Chiaroscuro, and that would be the House of Tepet, who has gone who have lost a huge amount of face when an anathema destroyed 3/4 of their legions in one battle. They are still recovering from that shameful defeat. The most important thing that you can take away from this is that there is no House Ladal in Chiaroscuro, except you.
Sweet. So I'm the only one. It seems kind of familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's crunching.
Oh, sorry, that was me. I have grapes. I didn't know it was audible.
Wait. Grapes are crunchy?
This one was.
Okay.
Yes, sometimes that happens. Now, yes, the room. Actually, the room bears a bit of investigation because it's actually two rooms side by side. The rooms that you are all in, and the room that you are all in, is lavishly decorated. The room itself is a first age architecture, but it has been stuffed full with imperial trappings, obscuring most of the architecture. There is like in Asian banquets, to draw the comparison. There are reed mattings. There are magnificent reed mattings on the floor, on which there are the famous sitting pillows and sitting benches on top of and of course arranged in very neat patterns. There is a shortish short sitting mat at the head of the room, which is on a dais overlooking everything, and there are just lines of places to sit, flanking this head table, as it were. And they actually also have a table made out of mahogany. The adjoining room, which is opened the wall of which has been opened up mostly, is filled with short round tables, among which all the rabble sit, as it were. So soldiers and fighters and rogues and thugs, them all, and are sitting there around there in a heap of chaos around their various tables. There are silks currently drawn, and you can vaguely hear them laughing and shouting and singing.
I can hear one noble go, "You rebels come."
Possibly. Now, I've been talking way too much. It's a failing of mine.
Oh, no, you haven't been talking too much at all.
Yes, people at home, he likes to hear his own voice.
Actually, no, but I've got a lot to say. As fate would have it, or the stars, the two new people are seated by the Luxians.
Oh my.
Actually, there is something along with that. Oh, yes, Richard, one last thing. One bit of lore that I've forgotten to mention. Don't befriend Drogoth.
Wow, is that known across the realm?
He is an embarrassment.
So much so that he's known across the realm?
Let me put it this way. You know that only 1 year after Drogoth's graduation, he was sent to Chiaroscuro immediately. And everybody knows that's because he's a freaking idiot.
Wow. So his incompetence is infamous.
Yes.
That's quite an accomplishment.
He's so proud of it.
Drogoth, by the way, is the fellow with the droopy mustache sitting across the open area from you, and he just realized the insult that he realized he had been insulted while he was being flattered during the great speech of the House Regar leader. And he's staring He's sitting staring morosely into his drinking cup. So, you are seated by Actually, so there are two big, strong women. Oh, actually, very strong women. Two of them. One of them doesn't show it that much, and that are sitting by sitting near each other. There is a gentleman, a water aspected gentleman, and a what does Galen look like?